indeed an honor to be here this afternoon to commemorate the establishment of 7 new Yellow Ribbon communities and 1 Yellow Ribbon organization. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your commitment to our service members and their families. By the middle of next month, a total of 68 entities will be proclaimed as Yellow Ribbon, either individually or as a group, in all 49 cities, 15 companies, and 4 counties. It's through the leadership of patriotic Minnesotans like you that lives of our service members and families are impacted so positively. Yellow Ribbon Networks provide an invaluable service to all of us. I frequently receive feedback from service members and their families across Minnesota in the area of family support, in the area of taking care of them when they need lawn service, when they need child care, when they need a meal, when they need someone to pick up their car rental or their car repairs, household chores, and even tutoring for children. I've heard of great experienced business leaders who have stepped forward to assist our families with budgeting and investing systems. I've also seen a commitment to increasing the accessibility of health care through our TRICARE system and through our mental health providers. And of course, our Yellow Ribbon Networks are always involved in the send-off or the return of our service members, or assisting when we have a return of one of our fallen heroes. You are all modeling a behavior on how to support our service members and their families, and I certainly appreciate all that you do. On behalf of the 14,000 members of the Minnesota National Guard, thanks to everyone for your dedication to those that serve our nation and are standing on point today in Iraq and Afghanistan. And thank you for your passion for supporting our families of our military service members. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Commander-in-Chief of the Minnesota National Guard. Mark Dayton is no stranger to the Guard. When he was a U.S. Senator and served on the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Dayton was instrumental in keeping the Duluth Air Base from being closed. Additionally, he co-sponsored legislation providing for the first federal funding for Beyond the Yellow Ribbon to help reintegrate our returning service members. Today are the results of just part of what his efforts have been and how instrumental it has been for our service members in Minnesota and across our nation. As our governor, he has shown great support of all of our service members, veterans, and our families. He has taken the time to understand the capabilities and strengths of our organization, based in part because he has visited our service members in combat, both in Iraq and Afghanistan. Governor Dayton has taken the time to truly understand the capabilities and strengths of those that serve in uniform, as well as the needs of our family members. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander-in-Chief of the Minnesota National Guard, Governor Mark Dayton.
Thank you very much, General. Looking at that wonderful picture there, I can't help but contrast it with the 2 funeral services I attended yesterday and last Friday of the Minnesota SEALs who were shot down just a couple weeks ago in Afghanistan, and going to another service in Boston this coming Saturday. And those are the grim reminders of the sacrifices that our servicemen and women make on behalf of the cause of freedom all over the world, and that their families make. Those who do not return, of course, the ultimate price. But as I learned as a senator, and with General Chelito and his staff hosting picnics for the families of servicemen and women from Minnesota who are overseas, I saw the stress and the strain and the worry and the fear and the hardship that husbands and wives and children, parents were enduring during the absence of their loved ones. And so when the Minnesota National Guard, which really deserves the credit as the pioneering organization in the entire country to establish a Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program, approached me in my final year in the Senate, I was all too happy to be engaged in trying to obtain the first congressional funding for it, and so much so that I went on a trade mission with then the chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee, Senator Ted Stevens, may he rest in peace, in Alaska. We went to China, and the last night I went down and bought every cigar that was available in the Beijing hotel, and after about 4 hours of smoking cigarettes and others drinking wine and beer and establishing definitively that the fire alarm system in the hotel room was not operating, I asked Senator Stevens if he would support the funding for this very worthwhile program, and he agreed to do so. And so those who know, like politics and law are better off not knowing how either one are made. But it's so important that we provide the kind of support, especially for returning guards, men and women who, unlike those who serve on active duty bases, where the families are surrounded by other families who are going through the same ordeals, and when they return have a built-in support system. In states like Minnesota, our guards, men and women, those returning heroes, are greeted with celebration, and deservedly so. But the next day and the next week and the next month, as you know, are back into what for everyone else is sort of a routine of life. It doesn't seem that way for them, whether it's a job or what used to be a job, or trying to find a job, and families that are a year older, and children that have learned to increase independence, spouses that have had to make all sorts of financial and other decisions without their loved ones. And so the recognition by the Minnesota National Guard of the need for this kind of support that the returning heroes deserve, and that their families deserve. And well, at first the U.S. National Guard and the U.S. Army were somewhat reluctant to embrace this program. Now, thanks to the success here in Minnesota, thanks to the participation of the cities and the corporations and the counties that General Nash already cited, and those of you who are here today who committed yourself, I'm told, to a 9 to 12-month training program to really know how you can serve the needs of these returning heroes and their families, is now a nationwide program. So all credit is due to the Minnesota Guard and General Nash, you and those who are carrying it, extending it all over the state of Minnesota, to those of you who are responsible for your cities and for Inver Hills Community College. I'm told the first of the college or university in Minnesota to receive the distinction of the Young Yellow Ribbon Corporation. Thank you. Thank you all for your leadership. Thank you for what you're doing. And now this is the beginning, not the end of the initiative. Now we need to make this a living reality for every one of your citizens who has served our country with such distinction, and for their families, and to make sure that their return to Minnesota and is continued the success as effectively as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Today we come together to honor and award those communities who have achieved Yellow Ribbon status. We'll be honoring 11 cities and 1 company. The Yellow Ribbon Company is a broad organizational structured company with national, regional, and statewide influence. In addition, a Yellow Ribbon Company is required to contain key areas including human resources, recruiting, training, and community outreach departments. A Yellow Ribbon Company unites all key areas within a company structure to create a comprehensive network that connects and coordinates these areas throughout the company for the purpose of proactively supporting service members and military families. Today we are honored to be gathering in the home of our next Yellow Ribbon Company, Inver Hills Community College. Inver Hills Community College works closely with its military, employees, students, and their family members as they adjust to deployment or civilian life. They provide support services, scholarships, networking opportunities, and workshops. In addition, the college supports service members and military families by recruiting volunteers and hosting events like the 2010 holiday party for the Inver Grove Heights National Guard Unit, Veterans Day celebrations, breakfasts, and luncheons. The college's Veteran Lounge offers a place for those with military experience to connect and support each other in a comfortable environment. Inver Hills continues to expand its efforts to serve veterans throughout the community by providing a representative to serve on the Inver Grove Heights Yellow Ribbon Steering Committee. Inver Hills has been listed on the GI Jobs Magazine Military Friendly Schools list since 2010 and has been recognized by the Military Advanced Education Magazine since 2009. Inver Hills Community College knows the value that military experience can bring to the workplace. They are committed to developing a veteran recruiting process and enhancing support programs to current military employees. Congratulations to Inver Hills Community College for becoming a Beyond the Yellow Ribbon company.